Alright, so I'm launching Toon Boom and I'm just gonna create a new scene called Clean Up and create scene. Okay, I was seen by that name already, so I'll just call it Clean Up Jupiter, which is the character that we're going to clean up. Right, so I have some preferences set up here which you may not have, so let's just run through setting up those preferences before we get started. So I'm going to edit preferences to open up the preference window, and I'm starting off with general. I have incremental save activated. Right, so incremental save is enabled. I have it switched to ask before saving. Alright, every 10 minutes. Alright, anything else here? Alright, and you also want to make sure that on the options here, focus on mouse enter is checked. Alright, so those are the two main ones for now. And click OK. Alright, so focus on mouse enter. Right, you'll see everywhere I move the mouse, right, each panel that I mouse over becomes an active panel. Alright, so that is very useful, saves a lot of time. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is import the image files, right? One that we're going to clean up and another one that is a reference for the design that we're going to clean up, right? So just going to file, import images, and I'm just going to navigate to where I have the images. Right, so this one, Jupiter Dog Rough, right, is the one that we will be cleaning up. I'm going to import it as a Toon Boom bitmap drawing and click OK. Right, and then I'll import, I'll zoom out here. Right, remember 1 to zoom out, 2 to zoom in. File, import images, and I will import the design as another layer. Alright, so you'll see when I import this, because I have the light bulb switched on, right, it is when we have two layers on top of each other, one will be transparent, right? Okay, so I'm going to move the dog design. Alright, first of all I'm going to switch off the animate button and use this transform tool to move the design just a little bit off to the left here. Alright, just scale it down a bit. Just move it to the side here. Right, and I will just lock that. I can also lock the reference there as well. Alright, so let's just take a moment now to go into color palettes. Alright, so you'll see this window to the right here. Under color tab, right, we have scene palettes, and we also have the colors, right, the default colors listed under the default scene palette. Now, if you're just seeing blocks with colors alone and no names, right? Right click in here and turn off swatch mode, right? You might have swatch mode switched on, right? So without swatch mode, you should be able to see the names of the colors next to the color itself. Okay, so let's actually make a new palette, right? So up in the palette section up here, I'm just going to click the plus sign and I can choose a palette name. So I'm just going to call this Jupiter and click OK. Right, so Jupiter Dog is design of Ghost Train Pictures, right? I don't claim ownership to this design, but just using it for educational purposes, right? Okay, so let's just add some swatches in here, right? And use the eyedropper tool to pick colors off of this design here. So I'm just going to click the plus sign below here in the color section to add a new color. Just going to double click and open the color picker and take the eyedropper and just click and drag, right, to pick the color. First color, the fur here, so I'll just call this main fur color. Right, so I'll just try and pick as many swatches as I can, all the necessary ones. Right, I'm not going too detailed in terms of the shading, so I'll just do a flat color, right, for this character. So I'll just pick one gray for the air. This one for the fur on the head. This one for the color. One for the nose. And notice the outline, right? Though it's thin, it's not quite completely black. Right, so we want to get that color as well for the line. Just trying to get the darkest part. Right. So this will be our line. And lastly, the white for the eyes. It's not quite white. Alright, so we'll go with that for now, and we're gonna start off drawing out the lines using this line color. Alright, so we can start on this drawing layer, which should be vector by default. So when we're cleaning up, we're using vector layers. So just make sure in the layer properties, right, that on the drawing everything is set to vector. Now I have overlay art in addition to line art color art and underlay, right? But we're going to be drawing on the line art layer and make sure that is vector, right? So the line art layer is this one here, which has the L next to it. Okay, so for the sake of time, I'm probably just going to focus on the head here, right? So I just want to go through the different tools that you can use to add clean lines to your rough drawings, right?